didn't even get to full trigger. 106. Let's freaking go, boy. Full trigger, full trigger. Full trigger, full trigger, full trigger. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back. Got the Deltaforce 34 Vortex on the block. In my last video, we ran the boat at the speed run spot. It actually did pretty good, I had mentioned that I wanted to move my ESC back, move some of my forward weight back in the boat. So that's actually what we're going to do today, and then take it for a test. Stick around, Big B with Ironclad RC. It's going to be pretty easy. I don't think I'm going to spend a whole lot of time on it. I use this 3M tape right here, and it's been great. With that tape, it's really hard to get your ESC to pull up. So I've actually had comments in the past how to break a ESC loose that's double-sided tape down. So what I do is I actually use a couple of my rulers. I'll actually tighten down this nut so I can like push and pull, and I basically slide it under the tape as far up as I can, and then I'll kind of go forward and back. I actually have two of these little guys, so I'm going to stick one on both sides. That should break most of the tape. Well, that one went under pretty easy. That should break most of the tape up. I'm going to try to get it into a different spot. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to try to go side to side with this one. And then we just gently, oh, look at there, it pulled up. I've been actually fighting this. I kind of did some work before the video, so it wasn't going to be too hard to show you guys. But I basically did what I just showed you guys a couple times in a couple of different areas before this video, so it actually broke up pretty easy. Okay, so now we need to actually figure out how we're going to mount it. Okay, so before I pull my ESC up, I'm just going to get a weight with the ESC in its current position. No batteries in the boat, no hatch, just kind of see where it's at, and you know, that way I know I'm like moving my CG around when we actually stick it back down. So about right there. Okay. So now we kind of have a baseline where our current CG is. So I'm gonna pull this out. Whenever I mounted this ESC, I double side taped it down, and I actually put a piece of foam right here in between the ESC and the hull. So I'll go ahead and get this piece of foam out of here, right there. See where it was on that cap? It was just kind of, in case it broke loose or something in a crash or whatever, it wouldn't hit the hull, because that will break the fiberglass. Okay, so now we got to figure out refigure out wire consolidation. I think I'm going to mount it right there. So let's just see if it changed up our center of gravity. My boat's all dirty. It's got fingerprints all over it. There. Little viewer friendly. There we go. This is where I had it. I had it marked at dead nut center on my fingers. So we're going to test that out. Yeah, see how it's falling aft? Okay. Not much. Maybe a 1/4 inch. Maybe a 1/4 inch. But that 1/4 inch with my batteries back where they were, probably 3/4 of an inch more rearward CG we were able to get. So in a boat, that's a lot. It's actually a lot. Okay, so I got my ESC where I'm gonna put it. I just cut that foam for up front. I was hoping it would give it a little extra strength. It actually does. got it pushed and jammed up in there. I got my batteries basically as far back as I can get them with the current Velcro situation. So let's see where that falls at with the hatch on. So normally I could, well, with everything on the boat, everything in the boat, my farthest position back on the batteries, basically where these dots are is about where I would run my CG. So okay, so I got it back. Okay, that's good. I got it back at least a ½ inch. I was thinking maybe 3/4, but we got it back about a ½ inch more than where I usually run it. And the weight isn't quite as far forward, so I'm really interested to see how this works. All right, so this is what I come up with. Okay, moved the ESC back, butted it right up against the motor mount. Hopefully we don't get heat from both of them, because you can. I should have probably spaced it a little bit farther forward, but I was trying to get my weight back, and just for some testing, really. I used those 3D printed cooling line consolidators to keep my cooling lines together. Little zip tie here on the motor mount frame, so I have room for my battery. Couple zip ties back there, my cooling line. Okay, actually looks pretty good. We probably or may have some smoke from melting foam in our first or second run, because the wires are kind of leaning up against the foam, but that's about all I could do. I have these wires waterproofed with the heat shrink. I didn't want to bust it loose, so I'll see you at the pond. I'm out of breath down here at the sketchy spot. It's a hike. Oh, trying to catch my breath. So I'm running the same strut position, flat, about 29 millimeter from the bottom of the tunnel. Okay, the Grim Racer 644. We moved our CG back. All right, got my batteries back, and I'm actually running that GNSS in the back corner just to see how it does with a like an aft CG. So pretty much been running my boat here lately. Pretty much all my runs has been with the center of gravity pretty much where this line is, pretty much on the trailing edge, or just forward the top of my trailing edge on this turn fin. So now earlier I mentioned it was a ½ inch, but it's more like an inch back. So a lot of my viewers were thinking that it was wanting to prop walk out because of the CG, so I moved it back. We're going to test it. About an inch back, to be honest with you. Also been getting a little bit of water in my boat, and it's probably from these hatch locks. Peter actually recommended putting a boot on the inside of this, so I'm looking for a cap or a boot that I can screw or push on to the bottom of these hatch locks, and that should help keep water out. So that might help some of you guys out. I got it plugged in. Let's see. Yep, let's go. This tip right here is for my new boaters. So when you put hatch tape on, start on one side, then do the next side, and the last side. Okay, and when you pull the hatch tape off your boat, you start pulling the tape where you started putting the tape down. If you pull it here, it'll pull the whole piece off in one shot. About 7 years of experience taught me. That's all I got to share. I was doing ovals out here yesterday. I got like a little stump, little stub sticking up right here. Got a big stump right here, and I found that stump right there with my boat. Oh! So I'm actually gonna turn my right travel up about 5 clicks so I can get a tighter turn, a little bit tighter turn. On a hydroplane, you gotta dial your rudder input, your travel, your end point So when you hook it full right turn, it'll basically do the same right turn every single time, and you can hold it wide open throttle. Really wish I could have went out here, but there's a lot of fishermen here today, so I'm gonna do my best. I got to jockey this thing out here because it's really low tide. Hoping it kicked my rudder up like yesterday. Yeah, it's actually nice. I thought it was choppier, but it's actually pretty nice. I got a northeast wind and it blows behind those trees over there. And that's actually a fairly decent wind direction for the speed run spot. So let's get it. Yeah, every time I bring this boat out, it seems like it gets better and better with the boat gang's help. So we're checking that rear CG. Hopefully she don't blow off the water. Definitely prop walk there. Oh, getting light in the bow into the wind there. Oh, we might need to move that CG forward because I got that GPS in the back too. 3/4 throttle, 3/4 throttle. Not really looking for speed today. I'm just looking for handling, testing out my center of gravity. Yes, you're getting a little light in the front. Did you guys see that? Yep, and it's prop walking a little worse than it did yesterday. So let's bring it in, change that center of gravity around. Yep, well, it actually could be, well, it probably is. Okay, so my turn fin, I didn't adjust my turn fin when I moved my center of gravity back. So my turn fin's probably wanting to pick the front up. That's why it was doing the spunts and cha-cha and lifting up. So I almost want to just do a turn fin adjustment so I don't have to open it up. But let's go ahead and open it up, move the CG forward without messing with the turn fin and see what it does. Let's check the speed real quick. .48, so we lost 4 miles per hour moving the CG back, but I did not adjust my turn fin. It kind of slipped my mind. Can't think of everything. So it seems like it did better with the forward CG. So I could still get that center of gravity point with my batteries forward and take that GPS out. So this is what I was talking about with the tape. If you pull that first piece off that you started, this is our last piece we put down. This was the first piece. It'll pull that tape off perfect all the way around the boat, and you don't have to pick off a bunch of pieces of tape. Okay, so okay, so let's move our center of gravity forward here. Yeah, these batteries just work perfect in this boat. That's why I've been running them. 6500s are a little bit light, and I get a good run time with these packs. All right, let's see what that does. Okay, so it's still just behind. It's still just behind where I was running it before. Where did I put my GPS? Okay, so like I said, this is where I used to run it, and it's a 1/4 inch behind it. All right, so let's test that out. I took the GPS out the back. We'll go ahead and get this cleared out, and I'll get it taped up. All right. Got you guys zoomed in a little bit. All right, so let's see if she gets light in the sponsons. Oh, that's better. Mo better. Full trigger, full trigger. Full trigger, full trigger, full trigger. I kept full trigger that whole turn. Oh, she's kicking out bad. I've got to figure that out. I think it's, like I said, the setback. Full trigger, full trigger, full trigger, full trigger. Yep, I'm thinking it's that damn setback. I'm going to go to 2.5, get it past the prop. But it's running better than it has. This is actually right here today, right now, this second is the best it's run, minus that prop walk there. I did not put any lean on my turn fin. I meant to do it, completely slipped my mind. I think it'll hook a little harder once we get that lean put in it. About 3 to 5 degrees. I think I run about 4.5, 5 on my UL 19. I'll tell you what, it's a stable boat, because it was just dancing like crazy, like right there, and it hooked up. Prop walked out. I'm just having to deal with it till I get that setback ordered. Full trigger, full trigger, full trigger. Oh, she caught on the edge, kind of turned hard there. Really looking for a nice smooth turn. Like that. I had it completely hooked all the way to the right. Oh. Yeah, I think once we put some lean on that turn fin, she'll grab. Yeah, and I was gonna change that steering rod out last night, and I was looking, and I do not have any 3mm rods or 2.5mm stainless rods. I thought I had about 2 or 3 left, and I do, but they're not quite long enough. This will be the last pass here. I really think that rod might have something to do with it, boys. Full trigger. Full trigger, not lifting. Nice. All right, let's bring her in. Oh, nothing like full trigger on a hydroplane, you know? Nothing like it, man. Just smoke the water. Once you get them dialed in, I tell you what, they drive themselves. They really do. They drive themselves once you get these bad boys tuned in and set up right where they hook. They don't like want to catch an edge in a turn or anything like that. They really drive themselves, and that's where the phrase "on rails" come from. Like it's a choo-choo train on a track, and it's just on that rail the whole time, and no matter what you do to upset it, it stays on that rail. You feel me? And man, that was actually pretty good, minus the little prop walk that we had here and there. I did cut that rudder down, but like I said, I got another one on the way. Well, it's not on the way yet. I'm about to order it in a couple days, so we'll get that 2.25. Boom. Oh, I broke it. All right, having some fun. Let's check these temps. Let's check the speed. 48 with the CG back, and I'm thinking 50s, 51. Okay, so that's about where I've been running it. Is about right for my center of gravity. I think if I go any farther back, you guys kind of see what happens. She starts packing too much air in the tunnel. This boat's got some air dam right here, and she packs a lot of air. All right, if I run it too far back, it packs air, wants to lift up, and it actually won't. Actually, with the weight on the back, it's putting more weight back here, but that actually sets the prop deeper into the water, and it actually lets the boat prop walk out more. So next outing, we're going to run the CG forward of this point. Okay. All right. Oh, a little smoke, but like I mentioned at the shop, it is the foam. See where it burnt into the foam right there. I kind of figured that was going to happen. I kind of called it. And it shouldn't happen anymore because they got nestled into place. 146, 124, perfect, that's good. 124, 119. With the ESC right here, it's actually better. I can check my temps better. I can kind of see what's going on with it. Visually inspect my caps. When I had it shoved up here, I couldn't visually see my caps. If you have a cap that swells the end, you might as well call it done. You know what I'm saying? I have 150 there. So yeah, and with the wire sitting on top of the ESC like that, it actually is hotter today than it has been. I got these wires sitting on top of my block. My wires are actually cooler than they have been, but the temperature on the ESC is a little warmer. You feel me? So it's kind of a double-edged sword there. Letting your wires sit on the block, it cools them down, but at the same time, it adds heat to the ESC. So it actually ran good. I kind of like this setup. I kind of like how I got the batteries in here. I kind of like how I really like the way I had my cooling lines hidden before. It looked nice and neat, but this don't look too bad. I'm kind of digging it. Check the voltage. See how close I am to 3.8, 375. That's perfect. Perfect time. So yeah, she ran good. That second go around, no water back here. The little bit of water I do have, it's like right up under these locks, and we'll get a boot up under there, and it'll prevent water from coming in, hopefully. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Big B, Ironclad RC, tinker, test, and tune, baby. She ran good. What do you guys think? Is she getting closer? I know the boat gang likes to see a boat run good, and we're getting there. I'm gonna go get the animal, see if we can't bust 100 in this chop. Thanks for watching.